All right, we back. Mock you, boy. What's up? What's up? So I'm sitting here about to take my first run through. We did a trial. This was the first place I went that I really had a good time and saw that life wasn't about terror and destruction and all the stuff that we tend to. I was dealing with at the time. Tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got to this point to where you came to the Monster Champion University retreat for the month and how it all worked out.
Well, my name's Derrick. I come from good stock, what people consider good stock. After leaving home, I did the traditional route, went to college, got bachelor's, MBA, started a family, raised 3 kids of my own, 2 adopted children as well. But 30 years later, I found myself in a situation where I had to step away from all of that and kind of just not even really reinvent myself, but learn how to get rid of things that are not supporting my mission. And if that means a spouse, sometimes that means you got a divorce. But the retreat, what it did for me.
No, hold on. Before we get to that, I wanted to talk to you a little about the background of you being married and how that affected you all of these years and the difference in having someone that's 100% behind your plan, behind your legacy, behind what you're doing versus someone who's doing whatever they want to do and not necessarily in support of whatever your legacy or plans are. How did that affect you over time and create the individual that you were when you got here?
Well, the situation at the root of the problem is an alignment issue, right? So when you marry, you're not like equally yoked. You don't come from the same tree, right?
Right.
It creates a situation that's going to require alignment or realignment. Everyone has to be, you and your spouse have to be on board with that. But in my situation, I found, I married someone, we were, unequally yoked. And then trying to get that person to align with my mission, that's where I found, in my situation, and everyone's unique, my situation, I found that that's where my energy and strength was going, was focused on that alignment or that realignment, where I could have chose a different path and focus and married, evenly yoked. And then the alignment part of the marriage wouldn't have been no problem. We would already been aligned.
You make a lot of mistakes. You don't know. You're not taught, and there's a lot of times experience helps that. But we don't get the experience until we're older, and our parents taught us what they knew. You know what I'm saying? So tell me a little bit about your mental state before you got here.
Well, before I got here, specifically, and there was some other issues I wanted to touch on in the last conversation, but we can...
No, go ahead. You can finish. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying with the alignment issue. And the big difference behind having, just from the man, the leader perspective, is you can't build anything. If you're not in alignment, no one's going to build with that, right? If you have your spouse, your partner, and she's your helper, she's your support, she supports the mission. Right. She's on board with the mission. She wakes up and she's engaged with the mission because she knows she has you in the best interest. So it's just about that alignment. And if you have a woman that's not, or a spouse that's not aligned with that, it's just a waste of time. So to transition to your other question, my mindset was like, okay, I'm not doing that no more. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, imagine, I feel like me telling a woman who's not aligned with me, that doesn't come from the same tree I come from, I have to teach her that that's okay to think that way, but with me, it's not like that.
Right.
Right. And it's almost like, for me, I'm very spiritual, right? Say someone told me that's not real. We got to do that different. it might take a lifetime for me to flush out and to change my mindset that that's real.
But what were you carrying that you didn't realize was weighing you down? Do you think?
Well, I knew what I was carrying, right? Because I isolated the issue for some time.
So what happened when you get here to what you were carrying? How did that affect you when you got here?
Well, first of all, when I got here, I was extremely pleased that I took that step, right? That
it's a big step.
Right. So the step, just to let you know about the step is really just about, as a man, your whole manhood is based on your ability to handle your responsibilities, right? So, I can recall, challenging moments and when in my marriage where I wanted to just walk away. All right. See you. Deuces, right? Deuces on that. But, the responsibility of it all. Walking past 2 Black girls, Black teenage daughters, leaving them behind, that just goes against manhood, right? So it was never a situation.
Well, what do you think would happen had you left them with their mother and you weren't there? What do you think the difference would have been in them versus how they are now with you sticking it out?
I think about all of that, and that's why I stuck as long as I did, right? And everybody, they leave way past the point where they should have left, right? They stick it out as long as they can. But for me, I could just recall one day I walked past my daughter's bedroom, and her blinds were just open, and it was nighttime, so you could see in.
Yeah, you can see in.
Right. So I just was there for that moment, right? But how many of those moments, right? Would I not be there to guide and provide counsel on if I'm not there, right? So what I came down to was that I got to bring my daughters with me. There's just no other way. So to answer your question, it's just a huge responsibility, right? And I can provide that responsibility better if I'm right there. It's impossible to provide it when I'm not there, right? So under my leadership, everything's going to go one direction. Like now, I've been there every day of my kids' life. My kids are on super fire track, right? They're on expedition track to whatever they choose to do. They're prepared, right? They're prepared for life. They don't have any trauma or anything, right? So to protect that, to protect my home, you stay a little longer than you want to, right? So I just got to the point where I had to step away, right?
Okay, so now let's move into stepping away. Now you have all of these things that you want to step away. You have all these reasons why you want to stay. What is it that makes you feel like Mind Silver Champion University Retreat moved you in the direction that you needed to so that you could go back today and handle it better than you would have had you not come?
So much. Oh, that's loaded. All right. So it's all a mindset thing. It's just your mind. You're already the most powerful being on the planet, right? So it's just your mind, right? So I just had to get, the biggest thing was coming to this retreat was really getting my mind right? For getting healed and prepared. Those will be the 2 biggest things. Just getting healed and prepared for the rest. Like I'm in the 3rd quarter of my life. I'm prepared. To me, this was like halftime, finish, regroup, change the plays up, right? What plays we running, right? So it's about changing the plays, but it's about getting healed first and realize getting divorced is not failing at your responsibility, right? You're failing at your responsibility to stay. You got things to do. You got a mission to accomplish. And if you're listening to your spirit, you need to be following that. Right.
You don't want to be around somebody pulling you back and putting you down.
And then when you're not, So going back a couple talking points before where you talk about what was the mindset like, right? So those are the things where what's going on in someone's mind when they're breaking up $1 million home and family and things like that. Like, especially again, if you're from the 70s where we grew up with nothing, Now our generation, we have lots of stuff, right?
Right.
So
right.
it's like, damn, I'm gonna destroy my own stuff, right? So that's what it was like for me to have to go through that. It's just mentally, it's like, damn, I'm destroying my own stuff, right? This is my kids' stuff. I'm fucking up my legacy, right? It's just, all right, so what we gonna do? Sell all our homes? What else we gonna do? Like, this destroy shit. Everything about destroy. When you're a man, you're a builder. So it kind of goes against who you are to destroy some shit, right? Ain't nobody trying to destroy some shit they done worked hard for. You know what I mean?
I think it's the perception of what you're doing, and it seems like it because you've been building and you put so much time into it. But as I explained to a lot of the students and the people that come through, everything happens the way it's supposed to. Nothing is a loss. You're not wasting time. Everything that you're going through, you went through on purpose, and you needed to go through in order to get to the next step.
Like business. You know?
Yeah, everything.
Everything. You're a businessman. How many times you fail at business?
How many lessons did I get?
Yeah, exactly. Lots of lessons.
How many risks did I have to take? How many losses did I take? I mean, it really just determines on how you look at it. You look at it as losses, or you just look at it as lessons. I lost $100,000 going into this business right before I started it. Well, did I lose, or did I really just spend money on learning about
how to do this business, right?
And then come out making the money to 4 times the money that I lost. You know what I'm saying? So it really comes down to your perception and how you create your legacy in reality. And that, to me, for a man, is hard a lot of times because we've lost our way. We don't understand how to be men anymore. I don't even think it's the women's fault. We're not supposed to be listening to them, and they know it. Because as soon as you listen to them, do the thing they said, and it turns out messed up, the first thing they're going to say is, why did you listen to me? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you fall into that, and it's like, especially when it's across the board. But I was wondering, how did having space and structure affect how you think now since you've been here?
So the space was a big thing because, as a married man, you pride yourself with having a holy household, everything in order. There's alignment and order in your household. So I just think that being here and walking away from so much structure that I set up, that I see being dismantled or dissolved, the space was necessary. So having the space and eating right, and exercising daily, all the different things. Whether you're reading outstanding books about who you are as a man and taking 30-day challenges and just really getting you together, right? Again, healed and prepared, right? This healed and prepared, but. So for me, I hear what you were saying a moment ago about, just us being men, right? And us stepping into our manhood, our power. I never had that issue in my house, right? My issue was alignment, right? This is the vision and this is what we're doing, right? So when you have an independent person, right? You're taking away their power, they feel like, right? They feel like, well,
they're losing power.
Hey, look, this is how it's got to be. This is the only way. I ain't doing nothing different. It's going to be this way or it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not
it ain't going to work because your plan's not going to work. Your plan
sucks.
Right. Yep.
Sucks. Yep. I don't care what nobody says. We need to emphasize this as men. When women come to you with a plan that's not 1,000% behind your legacy or your plan, it's going to suck. And
it's just a distraction, it seems like to me.
Doom and destruction. Every single time. You ask every woman that comes in here to sit around this little circle and ask them to come up with a plan for their life, to do stuff, whatever. And they're all going to tell you something different, right? Every single one of their fucking plans are going to be horrible.
That's funny.
They're going to suck. So I don't really listen to those plans unless they're backing a plan by a man that's leading you, because that's what we're naturally supposed to do. Every other species does it. Watch. Nobody else is listening to the women say how they feel about whatever the fuck it is, because it's not relevant to anything. And that's, I think, one of the biggest things about where we're at is like you said, like I said earlier, and you just went along with, we've forgotten how to be men. We just don't know that we're not supposed to listen. We want to listen because we want to make them feel good. Their feelings aren't relevant. Right. Their feelings aren't relevant unless they're controlled. If you come to me with a good something, whatever it is, and I'll sit down and listen to you, and then we'll logically fix it. Yeah, cool. But if you're just ranting and raving and want to do random shit, let's go buy this, let's go shoot here, let's go take a cruise, let's go do it, just because you feel like it and your dumb friends are, that really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And that's a major factor at Mindset the Champion. We forget who we are as men, and that we are the ones who are controlling. We're allowing them to have the things that they have, and we want them to have them, but we just don't want them to use them against us. Right. Like, yeah, we want you to be free and be able to make decisions and all of that kind of stuff, but don't use it to hurt us. Don't use it to say you know better, because you don't, and you never will, and you never have throughout history. There's nothing in history that says women did anything constructive as far as building this earth, because the constructive part on their side is the women's side, creating the people that built the shit, having the sons and having the babies and making sure they were good and strong. Everything's connected. You have to play your part, and when you throw that part out of the engine don't work no more. Right. I don't care how small it is, how small you think you are a detrimental part to this engine that's called life. And if you don't play your role, if you try to come over and play our role, it ain't gonna work. It ain't never. It's not gonna work for us, and it ain't gonna work for you. Nobody. It's gonna fall apart. Right. I just think with that, it's just women gotta understand that's their value is priceless. Yeah. Right. They just their value is priceless, and so is ours. But when you're in a relationship, right? When you're in a relationship with a man. It's not about your value. It ain't about you seeing the value of the person. Right. It's not about your value. Just because I know I don't care about that. I'm looking for your value. I'm trying to make you more valuable. That's the mindset of a relationship. That's the mindset of a champion. I want you to be the best. I want to make you the best version of you that you could possibly be. I don't care about me. You're supposed to be worried about making me the best version of me. However you do it with your superpowers. Don't use what I'm doing and say I deserve that, and then take what you can do and say I need more from that. And that's kind of where women are at with it, at this point. And they can stay there, right? My point is this: it doesn't matter where they're at. It's me. Right. It's all there's never nothing to do with it. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. So I won't deal with any woman that's just not aligned with. Oh, no, there's no reason. There's no need to. I don't have it's just a waste. It's a waste. I mean, I guess they have a place. I don't know what it is. No. So tell me something. What feels different about how you're walking back into your life now versus a month ago when you got here? I got zero stress. So the stress levels are different. Like night and day? Stress levels, it's just about regrouping, recharging. Some people will go on a vacation. This is different, right? Definitely. This is really just really structured, getting, stepping into your power, right? As they say, and just really just recognizing who you are. It's just really about you, self-reflection, getting your mind right, getting your body right, eating right, exercising, putting the right stuff inside of you, in your mind, what you're listening to, what you're putting in your mouth, what you see. What you're looking at every day. You got to be around great things. You got to be around greatness. Your vision, everything's got to be focused on your vision and building that discipline behind achieving it. Right. Closing up, I wanted to ask you, would you do this again, and why? I don't want to leave. If you were to... No. I hear you. I don't want to leave. No, you don't understand, like, the frequency, right? So the biggest thing about being here is the frequency, right? Because you tune in to who you naturally are. You get rid of the bull crap. You get rid of all the noise. And then if it's a relationship, everybody got issues, right? But if your focus is a relationship and gaining control or stepping away from that, this is the place. So you would recommend for men going through divorce or if you're going through a divorce, men, or what about women? I'm gonna be real frank. What do you think? Let's say, because I was there before, right? I'm not there no more. I'm good. Let's say things ain't going right, and you done tried everything within your power
except, picking her up and beating her or something, right?
Right.
Because we don't want you doing that. We don't do that. This runaway with gazelle-like speed, this dip. Like, you ever see Bugs Bunny and the gazelle, that coyote is the gazelle or whatever? Run, go right now. Don't stay another day. Just leave. No, just leave. What's going to happen? Your kids. So my biggest thing, I wasn't leaving my daughters in an environment that I felt was going to be different if I wasn't there, right? So, and under my leadership, right? I didn't want to do that. But I wish I would have done it sooner because they're going to be fine. There ain't nothing going to happen to your kids. Ain't no, like, as far as you taking a moment to go to a retreat and get yourself together, because you're going to be better for them if you're coming back to a situation like that. You're going to be better off for them if you're strong. You got to be at your 100%. So here has allowed me, the biggest thing here is allowed me to get back to 100%, right? I'm 100, I'm at 100, right? So that's really why you got to run away, because you're functioning at really a bad percentage. You're not at yourself when you're sitting around and you're in a bad marriage. A woman, whatever her issues are, and I don't know, the issues could be us or you, right? But whatever the issue is, if it ain't working, run away. Just run, go, get away, go to a retreat, regroup.
Mindset of the Champion University retreat.
Go to Mindset of the Champion University retreat, regroup, get yourself together, and you're gonna be fine. Because you already powerful. You already the most powerfulest being on the planet. So you just got a woman. Amazing. The time here was amazing. Time here is just all positive. It's just all energy. Just boost the frequency back up. And I ain't going back down there with them pigeons. You can't do it. So you gotta, being at the retreat at Mindset of the Champion University, what it does is, the main thing, it gets you back to 100%. And that's your best. That's all you can do in life, is be at your best, stay aligned with your spiritual nature, listen. And that's it. Operate under that frequency. When you deal with the opposite sex, when you're dealing with a woman, you got to realize that she's your helper. She's your support. You got to work with her on the vision and take care of her. Make sure she's okay and has the things she needs. But it should be a simple chemistry formula, right?
So this is Derrick's last day. I'm about to take him to the train station, and I just wanted to kind of give us a testimonial on his stay here, which I think we got.
Yep. Have fun on the west side.
You know what I'm saying? So
420 west side till we die. It's nice out here. It's real nice in Cali. But sign up, man. I'm telling you, this is it's a game changer, man. Just walk away today. Don't wait. What you waiting for? You can't, if you're unable, if she's not taking your counsel, if she's not taking your advice no more, your direction, walk away, run away, leave. The kids, the mama, the grandmother, the grandfather, everybody, don't matter. Your job if you have to. Take a sabbatical, do whatever you got to do, but nothing in your life is any good if you're not at 100% mentally. The Mindset of the Champion University will get you there.
Absolutely. So, that being said, we're going to get ready to get out of here. We got another meeting at 1 o'clock before I drop them off. I appreciate y'all coming out. Hey, that's my show. I got to go. I ain't got no more. Treat the next day like it's your best day and cherish it like it's your last. Thank you, baby. All right, let's get out of here.
How we do?
I don't know. Let's hope it stays recorded.